Season 3 of Waifu Cups are continuing with beach and surfer themed limited shakers. If you guys want one, make sure to use code GM for 10% off. Yo, what's going on, guys? It's G-Miners here, and in today's video, I wanted to go over how I've been going for some of these high stat armor builds. Obviously, right now, I don't have anything crazy on my Warlock because I've kind of shifted it with the resilience changes, but I have a bunch of different armor pieces that I'm going to be trying to use and add to a new build where I'm going for 100 recovery and 100 resilience. I haven't done it yet this season just because I've been waiting and trying to fit things as best as I can with my exotics. But if you guys do like this kind of format of video with the face cam on and everything like that, let me know, and let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into actually putting the armor sets together, I did real quick want to highlight where I've been getting all this stuff. I've mentioned this in a few videos before, and you can probably tell because it is Artifice armor, but I've been running the Master Duality dungeon. Specifically, if you can get to the final checkpoint, fighting Keitel, you're only going up against anti-barriers when you get TP'd in. You can easily one phase, especially if you're up in the 80s in power. So if you're GM ready, this is super easy, super efficient to farm, and you get really, really good stat rolls. For the most part, you're going to be going for high resilience and high recovery, or high resilience and high mobility. The mobility should really just be for the hunter, but either way, you're not going to be able to focus any one of these mods and still get high stat distribution, let's say in two of them at the same time. So here I have high mobility, high resilience. Here it's kind of an equal distribution. Here it's resilience and recovery. So in order to get that stat spread in the top 3 stats, you're going to actually need to focus with the discipline armor mod. So this right here is going to allow us to focus the entire bottom bucket for discipline, and then we're just going to have to hope that the top bucket gives us something that we can use. Now on top of that, I also have 10 Umbral Engrams that I can turn in. So the best place that I found to turn these in this season is just coming over to the Crown of Sorrow, and then obviously going here, and you can focus one of these 4 pieces for whatever piece of gear you have that is lacking in stats. So now at this point of the armor I have like 5 helmets, 2 gauntlets I can use, 4 chest pieces, and 4 boots. And then obviously my bonds don't matter at all. And I'm just going to go through and pick whichever ones I think are going to be the best. So right off the bat here, I'm going for resilience and recovery. So it looks like I'm either going to be using this piece with high resilience and low recovery, this piece with just pure recovery, or this piece with a good spread in between. So for now, I'm just going to go with the spread, and we're going to just do this for each piece of armor and see where we end up. This is really good for mobility, so that's going to be useless for me. So right off the bat, I'm going to have a huge jump in resilience, which means I probably want to make up some recovery here and there. So maybe I throw that guy on. And then now I probably need some more resilience, so I can throw on something like this piece. So these are really good stats down here with my discipline, but I'm only going to have 5 mods to throw on, and I still want to try and hit much higher for my resilience and recovery here. Now the thing is with this too, I'm prioritizing building into resilience in most of these cases, because if you see here, if I throw on something like my old Lunafaction boots, I'm going to get a huge boost in recovery, and then my resilience is going to tank. So I'm kind of doing this with the understanding that a lot of the exotics that I currently have are super based around recovery. So if I can use that knowledge, then anytime I throw something with recovery on, I get a huge boost there. Okay, so now at this point, I know that with the current stats I have, I'm going to get +8 to each and every individual stat, because I'm going to be masterworking these, but instead of having 5, which will bump it up to 10, it's going to be 4 times 2. So this means I'm really going to have 92 resilience. My recovery is going to jump up to 36, which is still very, very low. But taking that into account, I can't really do anything with my discipline, even though we're already at 100. And in a lot of cases, my discipline is going to go down. So before I do anything, I'm going to throw on all the mods that I can. So this should get me up to a good bit more recov. Still at 66, which isn't the best. And then the issue is when I throw Void on, I tank. Picking up orbs grant Devour. I don't want that on Warlock. So right now I feel like I'm in a decent spot, but I'd still like to be a little bit higher in recov. Okay, so this build as of right now isn't too bad. Once again, I'm gonna have +8. So I really don't need this much resilience, and my recovery should go up, and this should also hit over 100 discipline here. So realistically, if I could somehow get a little bit less resilience in this build, that would be ideal. But at the same time, I probably will lose resilience when swapping on to some of my high recov exotics. So it's kind of one of those things that it's neither here nor there. I could do it, but I don't need to do it. To be fair, okay, so if I do this, then I get that recov. Okay, yep, this is the set. We're gonna do, wait. Did I want this set or no? I'll probably be on solar for Warlock. Yep, that's probably better overall. Fuck it, we'll go with this. So the nice part here is my Artifice armor is on chest piece, or chest piece is Artificer. So what I'm gonna be able to do right away is throw one of those guys on. So that's solar and void, and then I can do arc, and then I can also do one more of those guys, and I still have one slot here. Ideally, I could lower this if I needed to as well. So we're gonna keep that statless for now, 72 recov, because this would have put us at 70. So like we're pretty much dead even, except for the fact that I'm not gonna be like overflowing with resilience. So right here on solar, I like to do recuperation. That way you get health back. Real quick, just as an overview for everything I did, we're gonna cycle through every single subclass. So this is me on solar. I have 104 resilience, and you can see the stats here. This is pretty good. I get a little bit of extra bonus here from Stormcaller, so I could easily swap out this resilience mod and just bump up my recovery again. Here, my discipline kind of gets thrashed with the -20 for weaken grenades, and so I could pump that back up probably by subbing out this resilience mod again. On stasis, I do have an extra 10 here again, just from the mod. If I did want to run Whisper of Shards, which is pretty good for Warlock turret builds, that would also bump me up 10, so I would kind of be a bit over, but there's not much I can do about that. Just looking at my helmet, Recov mod, and then these are the base stats with all the Masterworks. And obviously Recov is at 20 with Masterworks, so that would have been a base 8 roll. Here's my gauntlets. Again, this has a resilience mod, so that's why we're up to 28. That would have been a base 16 roll, it looks like. This is also Artificer, so we have a bunch of these mods stacking, which is super beneficial. If you can have one piece Artificer armor, it would definitely want to be your chest piece like I have. So yeah, that is everything I do when building a class out. Now I have my Warlock set up. I think I still need to do my Titan. So if you guys do want to see another video, let me know. I can show you how to do it on Titan and on Hunter as well. I went through and did my Hunter already, but I can just kind of show you everything I did. Hope it was easy to understand. Hope it was a super detailed video for anybody who needs a little bit more help building out their stats. That's all for this video, guys. As always, have a good one. Peace.